It's a new week here on Coastal Living, and we can't wait to share it with you. Now, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, but we've got a lot to talk about when it comes to reaching our goals and manifesting our dreams. We'll be featuring a look local at Lauren Indridson, a local rock star who is paving her way and following her dreams. We'll share that story soon. Plus, we have Mr. Chad in the house, and he's going to help us with a little Mindful Monday to help us reset, reestablish those goals, and get back on track. We have that and so much more to talk about, so thank you for joining us. You're watching Coastal Living.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit again about maintaining a proper mindset with the new year. This is the 4th edition, and at this point, you've probably been going through it for a couple weeks. If you're like 96% of Americans, you've probably fallen off track a little bit. You're not following the same path you wanted to. But as we've talked about this the last couple of weeks, you're going to do something different this year. This is the one you're going to make a difference. It might be getting your body right. It might be getting your diet correct, or setting a better mindset and making changes that make a difference in your life. And that's not like flipping a switch on a light. Things don't just go on or off. Sometimes the motivation and excitement behind this does work like a light switch. So it's really easy to create a lot of hype and get back in the flow right away. But then real life happens, and invariably something takes your best plans and decisions and hope and derails the entire thing. So here's what you do this year to make a difference. This year, you're going to simply and very uneventfully get back on track and just continue your journey. Forget the false hype, forget the rah-rah. Now, I'm a big believer in turning setbacks into comebacks, but this year, the new year, you're gonna approach it as if it wasn't even a setback at all. It was just a small little detour, a couple of missed days of a workout, or maybe the holiday expenses caught up to you so you couldn't make the payments you needed. It doesn't matter what happened. Get back on track and get back in the direction. Now, a few years ago, I wrote a graduation speech for a bunch of high school kids. They just happened to graduate in the middle of a global pandemic. You remember it. Nothing was working. What I told them was the biggest fallacy in everything I had ever learned in my life is the choices that we make are supposed to lead us in a straight direction and on a direct path. The analogy I use for my high school kids, it fits everyone, especially you, especially right now. I feel like our life's journeys are much more like a map than a straight timeline from a history book. Imagine a map like if we were going to travel from Corpus Christi, Texas to Seattle, Washington. You can find roads, interstates, etc. that would make this a rather direct line. But even that choice alone, there's probably a dozen or more ways depending on your preferences, your decisions, or your circumstances. And that's straight. And straight lines are fast, but they're also boring. The straight, perfect path is no fun. And this is life. On my trip, I want to make a slight detour because I want to get the best tortillas in the world. They're right there in Pecos, Texas. So I'm going to head that way and do it. And since I'm over that way, I also want to jump in the Blue Hole right over there in eastern New Mexico. From there, I might head a little bit west because Vegas. And let's say in Vegas, I have a setback. I wouldn't be the first person to do so. Maybe I'm there for a week because in Vegas, stuff happens. Here's the thing that gets lost. My trip isn't over. All I have to do is get back on the road and head northwest. That's it. And I think you get where this is going. The analogy is built to be spelled out very easily for you. The destination that you want, the thing that made you set the stage for where you want to be and where you want to go, is still there. It hasn't moved at all. Your path is not a direct line there. It looks more like a crazy EKG, and I think the map is a perfect analogy because sometimes you're going to go wrong directions. Sometimes you might have to go backwards or take a detour, or maybe you have to drive a different direction for a while to avoid a storm or simply because you want to see the mountains. But the destination is still there. All you have to do is right the ship and get back on the road and head that way. This works for you in your life. So very appropriately, the 4th installment of How to Create a Better You this year fits perfectly with ideas that aren't over just because they've been derailed. Now, I hope this finds you in a good place and it gives you the inspiration to get back on track for what you're wanting to do. You don't have to keep track of it this year. You don't have to do it at the same speed as your friends. This is your journey. And this time, take some sidebars and some scenic detours when you need to. It's always fine, but just get back on the road. Don't quit or turn around because you made a turn. The trip well, that's where the magic happens anyway.
I hope you're already thinking about what you're going to wear for Valentine's, Galentine's, and of course, what you're going to get that person you love. I'm going to encourage you to take one stop. You're going to drive out to Port Aransas and you're going to come to Boutique Bella Bella. I have Miss Chrissy and her team here to talk about the great deals they have going on. You always have fabulous deals. Yes. What you got this time, girl?
So this time for Valentine's Day, we're doing 30% off all Valentine's Day. And then now we're doing right now until Valentine's Day, 50% off boots, all outerwear, meaning coats, sweaters, jackets, you name it, it's half price. All the things are all sweatshirts, joggers, anything outerwear is 50% off. You don't want to miss it. And boots too, don't want to miss that.
Right. So what are some of y'all favorite brands? And I know you're introducing some new brands too,
Yes, we're introducing a new brand called Brianna Cannon. She's a Texas designer and she is amazing with the design that she's doing right now. We're going to have you put on one of her outfits so you'll be able to see one. It's a little bit sparkly. Some of it is demure, not so sparkly. So if you're not into sparkle, she does that also. I'm really excited to carry her new line.
Very cute. And then obviously like the hat, the earrings.
The hat's Texas brand.
I love it.
It's fun stuff.
And with that said, we have all the other holidays coming up, and you can count on whichever holiday is around the corner. Boutique Bella Bella is going to be completely just maxed out with everything you could want, from fashion to the decor. If you just need to come do a photo shoot here, I'm sure they wouldn't mind. Plus, the team is so hospitable. Every time I walk in, y'all are smiling. Can I get you a drink? Let me help you find an outfit. I just love the energy here, and I think it's really the epitome of what we look for when it comes to a customer experience, especially here in Port Aransas. So y'all are just the queens of Port A, if you ask me.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one. We are the queens of Port Aransas. I love it.
Yes.
Come sparkle with us. Come shine. Come bring your whatever you need. We'll find it for you.
Definitely. So take advantage of those deals. That's 30% off of Valentine's, 50% of outerwear. That's your jackets. I don't know if y'all seen me rocking my coat from Bella Bella, but I'm proud. And everybody's asking me where I got it. So they already know what my answer is going to be. Stop by shoes. They even have a few things for the kids as well. Really great gift ideas and everything you could possibly think of. One-stop shop. So stop by Boutique Bella Bella here in Port Aransas, and don't forget to mention Coastal Living sent you. Happy Valentine's. It's so important for us to remind ourselves and find inspiration for the fact that anything is possible. Whatever dreams you have, they can become a reality. And I'm so fortunate to have my friend Lauren Indridson here, who is a local rock star climbing the ladder towards her dreams. I'm so happy to have you here, Lauren. Tell everyone a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Thank you for having me first. So I am a host, I'm a personality, I do sideline reporting, just reporting in general for sports, and I'm born and raised in Corpus. I got started at a gym, a local gym, doing marketing and just doing Facebook marketing. That has turned into something that I would have never dreamt possible. So now I host for A&M Corpus for men and women's basketball. I host for the Corpus Christi Hooks. I've done ice rays. I've done sidelines for University of Houston and for the entire Southland Conference. And what else? Oh, I'm an on-air personality, Hot C95, so I'm kind of doing all of the things.
I love that. Hey, when you've got the time and the energy, you put it into doing what you love. So this is very exciting and so much to have already accomplished for a woman your age.
Thank you.
And tell us a little bit about your latest and biggest announcement.
Yes, I will be hosting for the big game with the NFL, so super excited. It has been a crazy roller coaster of a journey to get here, just kind of very kismet, and things just aligned so perfectly. I got a message 8 days after my dad passed from a talent agency with the NFL asking if I'd be interested in hosting for the Super Bowl, and here we are.
I love that.
Yeah.
Dad's already pulling strings for you in heaven. He's like, let me get to work. Okay, I'm going to get my baby on the big screen at the big game.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting. So all of these things, a manifestation of your dreams. So I know Lauren, if you follow her, you know she's very open about her journey and the fact that she journals, and she's a woman of faith, and she's very close to her family, which I admire all those things about you. Talk to us a little bit about how you feel like you've manifested this. I know you said never in your wildest dreams, but you've had that fire in you.
Yeah, so I think what has allowed it to be is just really putting myself out there in a way that I would have never thought to. Stepping outside of my comfort zone, doing these Facebook videos whenever Facebook Live was new, and then allowing myself to really be where I am. So like be where you're planted, right? So there's a purpose for the position that you are in currently, regardless of what your dreams are. Where you are right now is on purpose. And so really just tapping into that allowed me to show up as my best, and that allowed for so many doors to open. And so I think that with just really believing in that and then working hard, it has allowed me to create these dreams that are so cool.
We cannot wait to share your journey with you. Talk to us about how we can support you and stay up to date with what's happening in your life.
Yeah, so just through social media, I'll be sharing. It's just Lauren Indritson, my first and last name. On Facebook, on Instagram is where I'm probably most active, and I'll be doing behind the scenes, so taking y'all along with us to New Orleans. It's going to be the entire experience, and I'm super excited about it.
Congratulations. We're so happy for you. Watch Lauren at the big game. Follow her on social so you can get more details on where to find her. She's literally emceeing everything that you can think of related to sports for sure. So check her out at the Hooks, the Islanders, and everywhere in between, and we'll see you at the big game, girlfriend. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. When we return, we know there's a season for everything, and that includes making certain types of purchases. So we're going to tell you what you shouldn't waste your money on and what you might want to spend your money on to get the best deals during the month of February. We'll be back with more. You've heard about the Texas State Aquarium Wildlife Rescue Center, but do you know what it's all about and what it entails? Well, I've got Mr. Jesse here to give us the scoop and give you a little insight on what's happening behind these walls. So talk to me a little bit about the Texas State Aquarium Wildlife Rescue.
So the Wildlife Rescue Center at the aquarium is actually the largest coastal wildlife rescue program in the United States.
Wow.
So this is a big program, but it's Texas, and we have large-scale events in Texas.
Yes,
and
we do.
so you know, we might see a cold stunning in the winter where we'll see thousands of turtles, so we have to be prepared for that. So large-scale facility, but also really big technologies in here. So we've got different technologies, CT scanners. We've got an emergency operations center that can use drones to find animals. It really is a pretty incredible space, and you know, advanced staff training that happens here. We can hold not only sea turtles. There's manatees, so we're the manatee licensed facility outside of the state of Florida. Mountain lions, black bears. So it's a very diverse group of animals that can come in here at any given time, and really built for size. So this really is a big program. A lot of lab space, so we can actually monitor the water in Corpus Christi Bay and along the Texas coast, which feeds into that. So if we see a problem brewing, we're really starting to think, can we get ahead of the disaster?
Of course.
Could we, if we see a piece of information that just gives us a little bit of pause and we know how the wildlife might react, could we work with Texas A&M and kind of come up with a fix? And so what's happening in the rescue center, aside from just rescuing the animals, this is some of the only work of its kind in the United States. And I really believe with the help of our partners, Texas Parks and Wildlife, the General Land Office, TCEQ, Texas A&M Corpus Christi, this really is starting to be the tip of the spear when it comes to wildlife disasters and wildlife rescue. You could come and you could, like the Kim Stridleys behind us here, you could come and see them rehabilitate, go through physical therapy every day. You could see them go for their CT scans, visit the veterinarians. And then when we release the release date, you could actually be there when they go back to the Gulf of Mexico. So that's really the only place in the United States where you could actually help recover the turtle in the wild, watch it through its rehabilitation process here at the aquarium, and then when we go back to the Gulf, you could be right there with us.
I mean, what better way to get your kids that are interested in marine biology and all that really engaged in the experience and be able to immerse themselves, ask questions. It's really neat. The staff is so friendly. And again, Saturdays and Sundays you can come visit for free. So just stop by the rescue center and, you know, ring the doorbell doorbell, they'll let you in. And come and enjoy the experience. It's so unique, as you mentioned, so unique to specifically Texas, down South Corpus Christi, South Texas, and it's just really special that we have that here. So if you're interested in learning more about the Rescue Center, if you find an animal in need, how do we get in touch with you all?
So we have a wildlife rescue hotline. It's 361-881-1220, and you can call that number, and that goes right into the wildlife rescue team, and they'll dispatch based on what that looks like.
Very good. And you know, they're doing great work here at the Texas State Aquarium, and your membership helps with that. So whether you come visit one time or you invest in a membership like we do every year, it's truly a new experience every single time you visit. They've got the dolphin shows, they've got the cute little otters and the turtles and the stingrays and the sharks. It's just so incredible, and we're so lucky to have that here in South Texas. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we appreciate it. And we want to, we thank all the Texans. This really is an investment in making sure Texas is resilient.
Absolutely. A team effort. It takes a village, even for the turtles.
Valentine's Day and the Super Bowl kick off the month of February with some big sales, but later in the month is President's Day weekend with some amazing deals that you may not see again till later in the spring.
They are like doorbusters.
Diana Renners is shopping for a deal.
A nice love seat that stays good.
Furniture store sales manager Nick Daniels says February brings the biggest deals until Memorial Day.
February's always been a great month for furniture sales.
With President's Day sales running all month long.
With inflation in the last few years, we've seen the sales slowly drift more and more towards the holidays because people are looking for those deals.
Nick says motion furniture is all the rage. In beds with rising box springs.
It's got multiple memory positions, massage.
Or couches with surround sound.
Immersive Bluetooth sound. So the sale price most of February will be under $2,000 for a leather reclining sectional. To me, that's pretty crazy good value.
Another great buy in February.
So President's Day this year coincides with Valentine's Day.
Mary Beth Quirk with Consumer Report says, why not gift your Valentine a better night's sleep?
It's a great time of year to buy mattresses. They're about 5% less than other times of the year.
Also on sale during the President's Day weekend, dishwashers, refrigerators, and washers and dryers. And before the holiday, Quirk says you'll find Super Bowl-sized deals on TVs.
The prices aren't as good as they are at Black Friday time. That's definitely when you'll see the steepest discounts, but they're still better than at many other times of the year.
Scan this QR code to see TV deals tracked by Consumer Reports, as well as budget-friendly items under $50 or $25.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So get out in February or wait for spring deals, and that way you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese.
If you haven't heard about, tasted, or embraced sriracha yet, then what in the world are you waiting for? What started as a spicy sauce that was mostly found in Asian cooking is now everywhere. It's actually pronounced sriracha, but most of us just say sriracha. So here are the basics. Sriracha can best be described as a cross between ketchup and hot sauce. In the U.S., it's made from red jalapeno chili peppers and garlic in a factory outside of L.A. that used to make hula hoops. Today, we find it not only in our markets, but in everything from fast food favorites to all sorts of snack foods. In ounce per ounce, sriracha sauce is about 20% less than the cost of traditional hot sauce. So with all it has going for it, you can bet we're seeing it in more and more recipes. Recipes like these short ribs that are not only fall apart tender, but the combo of the sriracha, honey, and the lime makes them irresistible. No, not too hot, but I would say super flavorful and a nice change of pace. The recipe for our sriracha short ribs is online now and is ready for you to add a little spice to your life. Or, shall I say, to your table. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a sriracha kind of way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Interested in growing your business? Coastal Living can help. Email us at advertise@coastallivingtv.com or scan the QR code on your screen for more information.
Show. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so grateful for you. If there's something you missed or you want to repeat, you want to revisit some of your favorite segments, don't forget you can find us online, YouTube, Coastal Living TV Corpus Christi. Search us up, give us a follow, and you can revisit all your favorite episodes commercial free. So again, thank you for watching. Tomorrow we've got The Price is Right coming to the Coastal Bend, a live experience that you don't want to miss. We'll give you the scoop. We have another pet of the week and so much more. So have a great day, and we'll see you then.